Hello everyone, welcome back to English lesson. Today we are now in the job interview 2. We are now still learn about 10 common job interview questions in English. In the previous meeting, we have learned about the job interview questions number 1 to number 3. That is about tell me about yourself, reasons you want this job, and your job history. Therefore, right now, we just focus on the questions number 4 to number 6. That is about what makes you the best choice. Number 5 is questions related to the behavior. And the last one, number 6, is we focus on what do you know about the company. Okay, everybody, let's start it. Question number 4 is we focus on what makes you be the best choice. And it is focused on your expertise. The questions related to what makes you the best choice, for example, is why would you be the right choice for this position? Or you might also hear, what makes you be the best candidate for this job? Or what should we hire you? This kind of questions can be uncomfortable because it is a question asking about you. What are you at? What are your strengths and your areas of expertise? But that is not the only thing about these questions. What the interviewer really wants to know is what the skill set, what the expertise, what abilities are you bringing to this position, and how will you use those to be successful. The interviewer has one job. That is, their job is to hire the right person. The person who is going to do the job exactly that is written in the job description. So, when you are answering these questions, what you need to do is show them how you will able to accomplish that. This example is for you as an airline staff candidate. Please you look at this example and identify it. First, you focus on reading the job description, what skill that is needed, and continue to tell your strength or your skill that can be used in this position. After you tell your strength or your skill, you can continue to tell about your experience related to the skill that you have mentioned before. Right now, we move to the next question. That is question related to the behavior. The questions often begin with something like, tell me about. For example, tell me about a time when you made a mistake. How did you handle it? The second example is, how do you handle the stress and pressure? Or, describe a difficult situation or project and how you overcome it. To answer those three questions, let us discuss one by one. To answer the questions, tell me about the time when you are made a mistake, how to handle it is, you have to please use a specific story from your past experience and tell the best solution to resolve the mistake. And to answer the question of How do you handle the stress and pressure? Please you use these tips. The first, please you avoid claiming that you have never or rarely experienced stress. Because we believe that everyone got stress even though in his life just once. And then the second tip is please you formulate your answer of stress at work and describes how you cope with it or even use it to your advantage. The next is how to describe a difficult situation or project and how you overcome it. There are three tips that you can use to answer these questions. The first is the interviewer, you have to know that the interviewer wants to know how you respond when faced with a difficult situation or difficult decision. The second tip, it is similar with the tips of the stress questions. Please you be prepared to share the examples of what you did in difficult situation. And then the last tips is it is very important to share the details and to make the story believable and interesting. Here is I have an example related to the behavioral questions that focus on handle the stress. The example is how do you handle stress and pressure? The first is of course you mention the what will make you be stressed. And then after you mention your stress, then you have to mention how to overcome your stress. And the last questions for this lesson is number 6. What do you know about the company? You might also hear the questions like, what do you already know about our company? Or, what do you know about our competitors? Or, what makes you good fit for our company? What the interviewer wants to know is, have you spent a time getting familiar with the company? You have to highlight that spending the time getting familiar with the company before you interview will help you know exactly how to answer these questions. It is also so that you are someone who prepares well for a job and someone who pays attention to details. Please you don't just repeat what is their website or browser tell about the company. Please tell your own work related to the company to make it interesting and make it different for your competitor. Here is the example for you as an airline staff candidate. The question is like, what do you already know about our company? In answering these questions, the first you can tell about what the company is, what the product is, or what the service is. Then after that, you continue with telling what your job description is. Okay, my students, that's all for our materials today. And now is your time to practice. As usual, please you practice to answer those three questions by looking at the example given. That is about why should we hire you? The second is how do you handle stress and pressure? And the last question is what do you already know about our company? Okay everyone, that's all for today's lesson and see you to the next video. Bye bye.